Hello, friends. Our story today is called A Baby for Hannah. Hannah and Elkanah were married. They loved each other very much. Hannah wanted a baby boy to carry, but no baby came, and she cried a lot. Hannah and her husband loved God a lot too. They would visit his holy temple every year and celebrate with a big meal. But this year, Hannah wasn't hungry. So she left the table. She went to the altar on her own. Hannah prayed from her heart, but she thought she was all alone. Eli the priest saw Hannah kneeling. He asked if she was all right. Hannah told Eli she was praying. Eli said God would answer her prayer, and Hannah felt better. Later, she joined her husband back at the table. They smiled, laughed, and ate. Hannah and Elkanah went home later, happy they didn't have much longer to wait. God happily answered Hannah's prayer, and a baby boy finally arrived. Hannah and her husband loved and took care of him. Samuel was his name. Hannah promised God that he could keep Samuel. She told Elkanah what she had wanted to do. Elkanah understood what had to be done. The promise must be kept. When Samuel was older, Hannah and her husband took Samuel to the feast at the temple. They thanked God for their baby with sacrifices, and then they left Samuel to live with the priest Eli. Samuel grew up with Eli. He grew stronger and wiser each year. God blessed his parents with many more children. They visited Samuel at the feast every year. When his mother Hannah came to visit, they always brought Samuel a brand new robe. When Samuel worshiped God with Eli in the temple, Samuel always wore his little robe. Eli the priest had grown-up sons, but they acted very, very badly. These sons did not want to do what was right. They stole and they lied, and they made God very sad. But Samuel worshiped God. He always tried to do what was right. Samuel obeyed Eli and obeyed God's laws. Samuel worshiped God by choosing to do what was right. This is a two-part story. Tune in next week for the second half. Here are some things we can learn from part 1. First, God answers prayer. Before Samuel was born, his mother prayed and asked God for a baby boy. God heard her prayer and gave her a baby to love. God might not always say yes to our prayers, but he always answers them. And number 2, God loves a faithful heart. In today's story, Eli's sons didn't follow God or obey him. This made God sad. But Samuel remained true to God, and this pleased him. Here is today's verse. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. Philippians 4:6.